The scariest thing about love is bad poetry, for a writer anyway. I think as writers we're comfortable in the chaos of our minds, and when things are bad, man, they are bad, but at least our writing is good. But when writers fall in love, the parts of their stoic, tortured soul that they rely on to propel their mind forward and release the tension of the world dies. Because suddenly there is no tension. Suddenly you can look outside and see the sun shining and pushing you closer towards the day. And before you know it, that's just coffee in your cup. Just coffee. Without the dash of Mr. Jameson, who seemed to give you the kick you needed even in the most dire of circumstances. Now that steaming cup is simply perfect, and the thought of ruining its consistency with anything but the warmth of her hand in yours terrifies you. The worst of you is gone, but see the worst of you that makes the words flow furiously from your mind to the page as you barely keep up with the endless chatter inside your brain. But instead of a storm, instead of furious thoughts crashing from wall to wall, just like the pirates in that book, now even the tiniest of sailboats glide blissfully past, and you like it. Because as Tempest said, fuck the poem. What good is poetry, you think loud, when you've got no bitterness to bleed? And that's when it happens. You look at her and words or something close to them tumble from your mouth to your hand to your pen. Bad poetry. You know, the kind where each stroke of your pen is fueled by the butterflies wreaking havoc in your stomach, and the offbeat of your heart as it relies on the onbeat of another is like gunfire on the page, and suddenly all you can write is, she is perfect. Or better yet, you use 12 lines to describe the changing hue of her eyes as she tells you that you are too. Or even worse, you spill the kind of words that make you wish you could play guitar, because at least a love song makes sense. Good poetry is for the broken, the beaten down, the beaten up. Good poetry is for the lonely, the helpless, the drunk. Whereas bad poetry is for those who no longer need words to communicate the way they feel, because words are obsolete when someone else's conscience is connected with yours. When your heart is jumping out of your chest just to spend 5 mere minutes truly in love with them. Bad poetry is happy poetry, and I'd fill pages just for you.